We are hustling down 7th Avenue in, wow, I don't sound great, 27 degrees right now, wind chill, and feels like 17, I think, something like that. So I'm wearing a little neck thing. Oh boy, that Greyhound does not look super happy or warm. Having owned a Greyhound, they get pretty cold pretty easy. So I got a neck warmer thing on here to cover my face and my ears. Got my gloves, got my coat, and let's hope that this ride is a little more relaxing than yesterday's. Here we go. Important Cornell alumni. That's on his Lexus license plate, GTS 2210. Looks like hustling through. He's got places to be. Cornell's got places to be. He doesn't have time to waste in his Lexus GS 350. Oh, he's a Cornell parent. Oh, that's great. Let's see. Yeah, it's a little chilly out, not gonna lie, but I'm a little sweaty, so that's good. It's a nice workout. Going up and down the hills. I was hoping for my birthday, which was in January, a couple days ago. City Bike would have gotten the e-bikes out, but no dice, so no e-bikes yet. Maybe they'll come in February. I am not holding my breath. My breath in this cold. Into 4 lanes of traffic here, where these guys are all going to try to beat me, which obviously they can with the touch of their foot. Not a lot of effort to drive really fast on a narrow street with cyclists on it. It was really hard to drive fast here. You might have less speeding. You know what I mean? Like if there were speed governors on the car, or it's very clear, you know, lots of red flashing lights and honking and stuff happened inside the car, and alerted you and said, you're going more than 20 miles an hour, stop or you're gonna get a ticket, you know? It would help. Slow things down, presumably, but you know. But no, it's just let's not touch the inside of a car and make it any harder for somebody to speed. Let's just clear the entire path and make everything a highway. Add lanes, blame the cyclists, you know, and all that. So, and then just make it all personal responsibility. Oh, well, the driver, it was an accident. But we all know that's not really true, because there's a whole lot of accidents, and they're all crashes. They're not accidents. They're preventable, they're predictable, almost all of them, if you look closely. Remember when City Bike came out in 2013 and they were like, it's going to be unsightly. Unsightly. There were like op-eds and stuff saying how awful the blue City Bike logo was going to be. It was going to be offensive to everybody's sensibilities. How dare we, you know, use public space or, you know, in the public eye and advertise. And I remember somebody was like, yeah, like the Flash Dancers advertisements on the side of every taxi. And so there you go. This is a pretty terrible placement of NYPD metal. Really glad it's all on the bike lane. It's a storage spot. I'm gonna go here. So literally the worst possible spot there. You have to literally go into traffic and try to like cut off a driver. And they do kind of technically have the right of way because they have a straight green. And then you have like big cinder blocks just in your way. So that's great. Way to go, DOT. Way to make it easier for us. Embrace the absurd. He's nuts. 2020. That's pretty funny. New York City. Somebody said, oh, nobody, bikes are terrible because, like, in New York, because 9 months out of the year, New York City is, like, less than 20 degrees or something. It's freezing. Which is a kind of hilarious on many different levels, right? First of all, it's actually incorrect. Clearly not true, easily verifiable. You can check the weather. You can see what the average is. Month, by day. You can see clearly that almost every day is higher than 20 degrees. That's not really true. And then, of course, the assumption is that, well, if it's under 20 degrees, then what? I don't even understand. You can't do anything? Like, you can't do anything. You can't physically operate. You can't physically do anything outside of a vehicle or outside of a building or something. And then you walk outside, you're like, oh, there's a billion people outside walking and, using their feet. I don't understand how a bike would be that much different than walking, but that's how it is. So I just like put up my hand and just hope to God that these drivers see me and slow down. I don't really know if they are, It's extremely possible that this guy in the white SUV here, who I sort of flagged down and tried to slow down, because I was going in front of him. Very, very possible that he just wouldn't see me, wouldn't slow down, ignored me, is on the phone, whatever. So you really are depending on every driver paying pretty close attention to what they're doing, which is really not how Vision Zero works. Not how you get to Vision Zero. Oh, look at this. Ah, Kobe. Mamba forever. Look at this big ad here, or big, remembrance. I don't know what you call it. In memory? Yeah. This is at 34th and 7th here, Penn Station. Oh, this guy's running across the street. Oh yeah, this is pretty bad too. This is kind of what we hit yesterday. There's like all this kind of cruddy, hey city bike, don't hit me please. Hey city bike, I'm here. I'm on a city bike. Kind of depressing if you were riding a city bike and then got hit by a city bike truck. It'd be bad. Hey, we're at 30th Street, which you know what that means. That's where 4 lanes turn to 3 for car traffic and 1 lane turned into a protected bike lane. Cool. All right. Got NYPD here, 3 NYPD cars. Not really sure what they're doing. They're just all taking up space. Like, it is really weird. If the NYPD need like transport, that's one thing. You're like, all right, hey, we have a bunch of officers. They all need to get to some location and do work or whatever. Then that's a transportation problem. But the idea that like they all need their own personal or whatever vehicle. I mean, this is a van, but the ones behind it are private. You know, they're, I mean, not private. They're you know, but they're like individual squad cars. And then right next is like FDNY. There's just ambulance. This one, the driver is clearly on his or her phone. I can't tell. Let's see. His phone. Yeah, I mean, look at this guy. He's literally texting. You can see his phone in the mirror. He's holding it. I mean, I'm looking at him. I should be looking at the street, but like he's driving an ambulance, right? And you're like, oh, the ambulance always needs to get through. Meanwhile, they're just as distracted as everybody else. You know? They're just human. I don't know what the answer is, but I know that this isn't it. There's not a lot of offering, like, so here's FDNY. He's got his phone back out. You can see it. He's holding his phone right there. It's FDNY. It's AZ3769. 1257 is the vehicle number, and then that was the license plate. You know, if you want to look it up, see if that dude has any other complaints and stuff. But you know, anyway, God forbid I say anything about a you know, fire truck or an ambulance. Then if I'm hurt in any way, then you know, I deserve anything that happens. All right, thanks for watching. This is Bike Talk.NYC, January edition 2020. Like and subscribe.